Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. I'll wait for people to come on. I'm not sure if this microphone is working, but I just tried to record this video and people weren't hearing me. Um, I am Makeda Valletta on my page, Makeda Valletta Travels. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Because I just spoke for like 10 minutes and nobody heard me. So please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thank you, Bahia. Okay. If you stop hearing me, please tell me, because this happened. So I hope you guys are good. I'm Makeda Valletta, live from New York in misery right now. So I'm gonna give you guys some lessons and tips, okay? Because I'm not loyal to any particular airline. I fly whatever airline is the cheapest, whatever one will get me there, the fastest and the cheapest and the most efficient. And I fly a lot. I'm on planes like every month, and I have missed flights plenty of times in my life, unfortunately. And back in the day, when you missed a flight, they used to put you on standby, or they would charge you a change fee or the difference in fare. But like, I don't know, over the past, I don't know how many years, I don't know if it's been 10 years or less, when you miss a flight, with most airlines, I think, they just book you on the next flight, right? Like if you missed a flight, they'll look and see what flight is free after that, and they'll book you and give you a confirmed seat. Now, with Spirit Airlines, I wanted to talk about Spirit Airlines because people were like, people have always been downing Spirit and acting like it was a trash airline. And actually, I felt like Spirit was underrated in a lot of ways because a lot of times it was a lot cheaper than other airlines, even with all of the fees. People didn't like the fees. But now Spirit Airlines was not unique in having fees. Most airlines, JetBlue has tiers of tickets. United has tiers of tickets. Like a lot of them now will charge you for a carry-on bag. They'll charge you a fee for this, charge you a fee for that. And if you don't pay attention and you get to the airport, the fees are more, right? I don't care about getting snacks and stuff like that on the plane. However, Southwest, I never started flying Southwest until I moved to Chicago. Being from the East Coast, being from New York, nobody talked about Southwest. It wasn't even an airline I really knew existed. And when I moved to Chicago, I started flying Southwest because Southwest lets you cancel tickets. You could be about to take off in 5 minutes, and Southwest will let you cancel and give you the full credit, no change fees, full credit, right? So that's the good thing about it. And they used to give 2 free check bags. And then a few months ago, they stopped doing that. However, a lot of people don't know, even though they stopped the 2 free check bags, if you have a carry-on suitcase, and if the carry-on suitcase can fit inside of like the little carry-on suitcase slot when you check in, if you can do that, then they will allow you to take the check bag for free, right? They'll allow you to check the bag for free. So they don't advertise that, but I found that out. So you can get like 1 free check bag on Southwest as long as it fits inside of the little thing, right? However, today, this morning, oh yeah, that's the other thing about Spirit Club. Thank you for bringing it up here. There's another thing people weren't realizing. When Spirit went out of business, all the airlines prices went up. Okay, all of them. And I've traveled my whole adult life, spending money on my own tickets, trying to travel as cheaply as possible. One of the reasons why I chose to move to Chicago is because flights between New York and Chicago um, were really cheap. I could get flights for $25, $35, $45, and 65 was like on the expensive side between New York and Chicago. It was a 90-minute flight. Flights have gone up tremendously because of Spirit going out of business, because of the gasoline prices. Okay, so this morning, and then also Ubers. Like I live in New York, I live less than 15 minutes from LaGuardia Airport. Okay, less than 15. It takes me like 13 minutes to get here. The Uber is no less than $55. Okay, and when it's a busy time, it could be 70. Okay, and in Chicago, I live a lot further from the airport, but it used to be a $25 Uber a few years ago. Now it's also $50, $60, right? Public transportation is always an option. It takes a lot longer, right? But anyhow, This morning I missed my 6 a.m. flight. For a 6 a.m. flight, I cannot take public transportation. It's just too early. I'm not leaving the house at 3:30 in the morning. But now I wish I had done that. Now I wish I had done that because I missed my 6 a.m. flight, and so there's a couple things going on. One thing I learned about Spirit is that once you miss your flight, they put you on a permanent standby list. So instead of other airlines who will like you miss your flight, they'll say, "Oh, what's the next available flight?" and they'll give you an actual seat. Southwest doesn't do that. They put you on permanent standby. And so right now, all the flights, Southwest doesn't have as many flights between New York and Chicago as Delta, American, and United do. They have several, they have a flight like every hour. Southwest has a lot less flights. And so because I missed the 6 a.m., I had to wait for the 8:40. Okay. That flight was full. Then there was the 11:10. That flight was full. Now the next flight is 3:30. And then after that it's 5 something. And after that it's like 9 o'clock or something at night. And basically all the flights are full because there's one seat on the 3:30 flight, but I'm like number 9 on the standby list, so I probably won't get on that flight. I would love to get a confirmed seat so I could leave the airport and go outside in the sun and go live my life and do something with my day. I don't want to sit in the airport all day. It's like pure torture. Plus, I need to get back to Chicago because I really had stuff I needed to do today. I'm losing money by sitting here, but I can't do anything about that, right? But because of the World Cup, and because of the Knicks, okay, because there's a lot of people in here with Knicks stuff. So between Knicks fans and the World Cup fans, the airport, the flights are full, okay. Even though Chicago is not hosting the World Cup, so I don't know why so many people are flying to Chicago today. But in general, flights between New York and Chicago tend to be full. Even though a lot of the airlines, Delta, American, United, have flights like every hour, they always tend to be full. Um, but whenever I've missed a flight, I've always gotten a seat. One thing about United too, because I fly United a lot between New York and Chicago, and I don't know if other airlines do this. You have to check because every airline has their own rules, and that's something people have to realize about flying. You can't think that because one airline does it this way that the other airlines do it the same way. Every single airline has their own rules, but I know with United, if you book a flight, you can get on an earlier flight free of charge within 24 hours before the flight you booked. So if I booked a flight tomorrow at 9 p.m. and I wanted to get on the flight tonight at 9 p.m., or I wanted to get on the flight tomorrow at 10 in the morning or 7 in the morning or 12 in the afternoon, United allows you to do that without paying any change fees or any difference in fare. So that's something that's important to know, just in case, like, let's say you wanted to book a flight somewhere and the earlier flights were $300, but the nighttime flight was $90. You could book that nighttime flight and come to the airport and get on an earlier flight free of charge as long as there's a seat. Now, even though flights between New York and Chicago tend to be full, I do that all the time and I always get a seat when I'm on United, okay? Always get a seat. And if you miss a flight, they just rebook you. Now, so for me to learn, like I haven't had this experience in years where I'm just stuck in the airport on standby. And there was seats on the flight at 5 something, and I'm like, can you just rebook me on that flight so I can leave the airport and come back? And they're like, no, once you're on standby, you're permanently on standby. And I feel like people are booking because there was like 4 or 5 seats on the 5 something flight. Now there's like 2 or something like that. So people are booking last minute flights. So I might have to spend my whole day here till 9 p.m., go back home, come back here tomorrow to be on standby again. Now, I also use credit card points to travel. And I've made videos about this in the past, using credit card points to fly, and it has changed my life and helped tremendously. However, and I don't want to use my points right now, but I would just so I can get out of here. But when I'm looking at when I'm looking at tickets with points, those tickets are all sold out until Monday. So the best I could do is book a flight for Monday and leave on Sunday. And it's just like, oh my God, it's messing up my whole weekend because I have work to do. But I definitely would rather a confirmed seat than to have to sit here all day on standby. It's like pure torture. Okay, I have work to do, but I need to be outside. I'm looking at the sun. I do not want to sit inside the airport. So just understand that about Southwest, okay? Number one, if you have a carry-on bag that fits in their little thing, you can have a free carry-on, free check bag. They will check it for free, even though they say they no longer do free check bags. That's number one. Number two, if you book a flight with Southwest, you can change the flight. You can cancel the flight like 2 minutes before it takes off, and you get the full credit. So that's another good thing about Southwest. You don't have to pay extra money for a refundable ticket, and it's not a refund you get. You get the credit, right? Those are good things about it. But if you miss your flight on Southwest, just understand that they are not going to rebook you. They're going to put you on a permanent standby list. Okay, and other airlines are not doing that. So right now I'm really irritated, but so mad that I missed my flight this morning. So I just wanted to give you those tips about Southwest and United. So now you learn some things. There's a lot of little travel hacks. Like for me, I don't like paying for check bags. I mostly take my carry-on uh, suitcase. I take it to the gate and I gate check it. Um, the only thing about that is that you have to take the suitcase all the way to the gate. But then when I get off the plane, I don't have to be bothered with that suitcase because I would rather check the bag. Of course, you can't do that if you have liquid and prohibited things that can't go through TSA. Then that won't work. But a lot of people may not know that you can gate check your bag, which is also could be a hack. No, it really sucks, Bahia. I'm so freaking irritated. Um, I'm like, all I can sit here and think is I can't do anything about it, but I'm missing money. Okay, I had people I need to work with in Chicago today. I have stuff I need to do. And I feel like I'm being tortured. I want to cry. Um, but if you don't know about flying with credit card points, you should know because it can save your life. Okay. It can when you use credit card points, and I should probably make more videos about that. What you do is you transfer the points. I'm not talking about a JetBlue credit card or a Delta credit card. I'm talking about like a regular American Express, Capital One, Citibank, Chase. Will give you credit card points that you can transfer out to different airlines, their travel partners, and you can use it to book flights. You can also use it to book flights for your family. Um, it's actually how my brother went last minute to the game in San Antonio, the Knicks, and he booked that ticket like the day before using credit card points. So the good thing about it is that when you're in a bind, if last minute you need to get out of somewhere, you can use those points. You can use them for your kids. You can use them for anybody in your family, anybody you want. It doesn't have to just be you. So it can be helpful in times like that when like you might have to go someplace last minute and it's super expensive, or a situation I'm in right now. If I could right now, I would just book another flight with points, even though I don't want to use my points in that. But sometimes I have to debate whether I'd rather just use my points so I can get back to Chicago and make the money I'm supposed to make, or just sit here. But when I tried it, and when I get off here, I'm about to look some more. But I couldn't find any flights with points until Monday. Okay. I hope I don't get. If I end up getting stuck here tonight, I'm gonna scream. And if I do that, I probably might use my points and just fly out tomorrow. But please pray for me that I get out here today. I'm freaking want to die. So if you want me to do more videos about using credit card points to travel, just let me know. I did do some videos about it, like back in 2022. Was it 20? Yeah, 2022 is when I first got into this, and it has saved me tons of money and made my life a lot easier. Sometimes you could be someplace, you traveled somewhere, and you're like, I need to end this trip now. I'm like, I need to go now. And as you know, last minute flights are more expensive, so having those points is so important. So if you want me to talk about that more, I will. But I'm gonna leave that here. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I pray too because I'm just like I'm so mad at myself. I'm like I cannot believe. I wish I would have just stayed up all night. At this point, I feel like I'm too over that. I need to go to sleep. I need my beauty rest. But I feel like I should have done that because I'm missing money. Okay, like significant chunks of money by being here. Um, So yeah. And it does suck that Spirit went out of business. People who were applauding that and acting like, oh, good riddance, y'all know what's up. Because Spirit Airlines being so cheap made other airlines keep their prices down lower. Now that they're out the way, everybody spiked their prices. There are a lot of people who use Spirit to travel cheaply. I don't care if the seat can't recline. I don't care. Every plane is uncomfortable to me. I don't care about them giving me snacks. I don't eat that crap anyway. So it just sucks. Like, it just makes me feel like I might need to figure out a master plan and move back to New York because just traveling back and forth at first it was cheap. Now it's just costing too much money and it's causing too much stress. Yeah, I know, Bahia. I know. Just Sucks. I'm like, why can't you just fucking rebook me on another plane? Why did you really expect someone to sit in this airport all day? You can't be serious. But they do. And that's the thing about the airport, you're stuck. And if I leave, I gotta lug my suitcase. I got textbooks that I need to study for certifications. So I could sit here and do that, but I'd rather do it outside in the sun. The good thing about New York is that it's legal to smoke weed outside. Anywhere it's legal to smoke cigarettes, it's legal to smoke weed. So I have one backwood left. I definitely have weed on me. I could roll a blunt and go outside and sit outside in the sun. At the airport, it's actually not illegal to do that here. And then I gotta come through TSA again. This damn World Cup stuff. Okay, so Spirit never had a crash. No, Spirit was right before it went out of business. It was voted the safest airline, either the safest or the most reliable. Yeah, Spirit never had any crashes. That's what I care about. I don't need all the fancy stuff. I don't need that. Also, another thing, I told you that the miles for, I mean, when you took a flight with Spirit, the points they gave you, very, very quickly, it would add up to a free flight. So I got a lot of free flights on Spirit. However, what I've noticed that since Spirit went out of business too, what a lot of them are doing now, like I think, is it United or American? It's either United, American, or Delta. One of them now has it. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them now has it where if you book a flight and you get the cheapest ticket, because I always like to get the cheapest ticket, but if you get the cheapest ticket now, you don't get any miles at all. So in order, if you want to get like miles you want to get credit for that flight, you have to book a more expensive ticket. It wasn't like that before. So now it's becoming harder to even earn miles for free flights with these other airlines. Spirit was not like that. So everything is becoming more expensive, more difficult, more challenging with flying. Can I speak to a rep about leaving and coming back? No, I don't need to speak to him about leaving and coming back. I could just leave and come back. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just that I have to be here when the next flight gets when the standby list gets called, because if I'm not here, then I won't get the seat, and I don't think I will get the seat, but I can't leave. I mean, I can't leave. I can go outside and come back in. I just got to go through TSA. If I had somebody with me and I could leave my suitcase with them, then that would be easier. I could go through TSA much lighter. But if I want to go outside, I'm gonna have to take all my stuff outside and bring all my stuff back in. So that means I can't like hop on the bus and go to 125th Street. For those of you who don't know, there's a bus that goes to LaGuardia Airport. It goes right to Harlem. I could have just hopped on a bus and hung out in Harlem for a little bit and came back. But I'm not doing that with a suitcase and all these bags. If my twin brother wasn't at Yankee Stadium right now, maybe I could have asked him to come get me, because LaGuardia is only like 13 minutes away from where my parents are in New York. I could have asked my twin brother to come get me, but he's busy. Now I just have to sit here. If I had to confront, if they told me, "Oh, you're booked for the 5 p.m. flight," then I could just be like, you know what, I'm going all the way back home, and I'll come all the way back to the airport. But because I don't have a booked flight, I can't do that, and I have to be around when they call the standby list, which sucks. And I went to two different agents because I felt like one of them, maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. I went to another one, they told me the same thing. Once you understand by list to Southwest, you're permanently on it. You can't get off of it. So they cannot confirm a flight for you. And I don't understand how I was like number 5 on the standby list. Now they told me I'm number 9. Like, how? When I've been here on this list since 6 this morning. It's nerve wracking. And all I can do right now is just deal with it. I'm so irritated and upset with myself. But I mean, I really am upset with myself for missing this flight. And like I said, I've missed flights before, and it's never been like a big deal. It's like, oh, let's get on the next flight. It's always simple and easy. I've never had this situation where it's like, oh, all the flights are full. You have to be on standby all day. We can't even give you a flight for tomorrow or for tonight. You just have to stay here. It's like pure torture. So if you guys can all send me positive energy that I get on this next flight, which I don't think is very likely, but maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe there will be a bus of people who just don't make it, and I don't want anything to happen to them. I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody. But I don't know, something. I want no one to get hurt. I'm not wishing harm on anybody, but I wish something would happen. Let them get a flat tire or something, and they don't make it, so I can get on this plane. Please, it's so irritating. Like, if I would have made my flight this morning, I would have been home right now, eating breakfast, about to head out and do my work and make my money. Okay. But now I'm stuck with this. So I said, let me just give you guys a little lesson in case you don't know about these things about Southwest, about United, how you can book an earlier flight and all that. So hopefully you learned something. And you definitely should learn how to use credit card points. If you guys want me to do more videos about that, I will. Like I said, I did do some back in 2022. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys go outside and enjoy the sun for me since I can't. This totally sucks. If it was like a rainy day, it'd be a little bit more bearable. I don't want to sit in here. There's nothing you can do when you're in the airport, no matter how irritated you are, but just be here. Can't flip on anybody because they can't do anything. You can't bum rush the plane. Can't do nothing. So I'm gonna go see if I can maybe dig up a flight with my airplane points, but it's not looking good. So, Bahia, I hope you. Hey, John, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. And Bahia, I want to cry. I know you feel my pain. Sorry we didn't get to hang out yesterday. See, I'm over here trying to. There was all these Juneteenth celebrations. Even though I'm not hugely into Juneteenth, I would have come outside anyway. But I'm just trying to get myself prepared to travel today, only to miss my flight and be stuck here. It was wasting my life. Yes, please enjoy some sun for me. Okay. I've been up for too early. I feel crazy. I'm gonna try to use the points, but I tried to look for let me see. I tried to look for some flights already and I didn't see any until Monday. I didn't see any until Monday. And right now also I used to book flights on United with my credit card points. It was 7,500 points. Okay. That got changed into miles to fly between New York and Chicago. Now that it is like 17,000. Okay, so when I tell you everything has gotten more expensive, I don't want to spend 17,000 miles flying between New York and Chicago. I really would rather not use it for that. You could fly out the country for less miles than that. But sometimes it's like, okay, well, I'm like, okay, well, if I use it, I can go make money. So, but that's on United. There's other airlines I could possibly look at. So I'm about to see what I can do now, and hopefully I'll find something. Um, yeah, no, I want to book another flight, but it's like all the flights are sold out until Monday. It's that World Cup stuff and all the Knicks fans, and I was one of the people that came here for the Knicks. But I also came here for my mother's birthday, which is on Monday. Tomorrow's Father's Day. I actually would love to be here for my dad for Father's Day because I always am. I love my dad very much. But I'm like, I got to get back. I got money to make. I got to get back to Chicago. So I'm not trying to stay here. It's just not convenient right now. So if I do book a flight, maybe I'll do an updated video telling y'all that. But somebody just if you guys care about me, just wish me luck. That I either get on this next flight, please. I do not want to be in this airport till 9 p.m. Please, okay. That I either get this next flight, which is also at 3:30. It's 12:20 right now, so that's still 3 hours away, or that I can find a flight and get out of here sooner. Okay. Thank you for asking about my mom. My mom is getting a lot better. My mom, for those of you who don't know, she fell and broke her hip in the airport. And that's what I'm thinking. It could be worse. Like, at least I didn't injure myself in the airport. Last time my mother was in the airport, she tripped on something on the floor and broke her whole hip. And that was like 3 months ago. She had to get surgery and in a different state. It was just a mess. This is why, as much as I travel, I don't like it. Traveling stresses me out. It really stresses me out. That's why I have to have my blunt, because I'm like, when I get to where I'm going, that's what I need to do, smoke my blunt. And I want to go outside right now and do that because it helps me just deal with stress better. Like, I'm going to deal with stress regardless, but it helps me be like, woosah. It's a little bit easier to cope. But I need to get out of New York. So please just wish me the best. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Makeda Valletta Travels. If you're on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, Makeda Valletta Travels. If there are things you want me to talk about, you may do more videos about the credit card points, let me know, because I really suggest that everybody have them. Like, it really can help you. Even if you don't travel like that, it's still good to have, because you don't know when you might have a family emergency. Maybe you need to fly to another city, or somebody, or there's a family emergency, there's death in the family, who knows? Other family members have to travel. Like I said, you could use it for them too, not just for you. Maybe you have kids that graduated college or graduated high school and you want to give them a trip somewhere. You don't have to come out of pocket. You can use your credit card points. And you accumulate points just by living life. You don't have to do anything extra. So I highly recommend it to people. But yeah, I'm gonna go search now, see what I can find. And I feel delirious, but I hope you guys have a good day. I hope it's better than mine. Okay. Peace out.